go back to the old Splice days. You know what I'm saying? We got the scrims going, but here we go. It's the 1v1, StelluR and Bound, and ooh, watch out for Bound to be hyper aggressive on these pushes. He does not like to play slow in the 1v1s.
Plays fast right toward the camouflage, and looks like StelluR anticipating that well, so he dives right in, makes sure that he finishes off the kill. Huge anticipation by StelluR, huge counter play, and that's going to be 1-0 for him. And of course, he's going to have that shock rifle. Bound creeping up over toward the long haul side. StelluR tries to line it up, can't quite connect onto the first, but still has a couple more bullets left in the chamber.
Bound's over at the needles. StelluR got that first strike, and he's not letting it go. Bound, you can't run away from me. StelluR gets the second, up 2-0, and I love the counter push from StelluR right here. It's all about playing to your strengths. StelluR has that nasty close range BR shot. Get close to Bound. Don't let him get away. Gets the kill, and I love how, you know, you usually expect Bound to be the hyper aggressive one, but StelluR taking a page out of his book this time around, using that grapple to get up close.
As current teammates, you know how your teammate plays, you know what their tendencies are, and both of these guys 1v1 professional players. They've been through the qualifiers, they've been through this bracket, they know the meta as well. And as of right now, StelluR barely missing any shots with this shock rifle. Hasn't quite found the head in these engagements here, but now gonna give up that gold side position. They wrap all the way across the map. It looks like Bound might have sniffed him out just a bit, but StelluR immediately taking that shock rifle over toward the tower side of the map.
Bound exposed himself, but StelluR's reticle is just too low. You don't normally expect that from StelluR. So efficient with his reticle placement. But he's going to have a second chance right here as Bound sitting out that needles. The second he pushes that corner, StelluR's going to rip his face off. Oh, he grappled the camo.
And StelluR has to be kicking himself off of that one, because now Bound gonna snatch up that shock rifle. It was StelluR that also had a couple of grapples to his name as well, so he had the opportunity to do the same, but Bound's the one who does it first. Gets himself the most dangerous combination that we have in Halo Infinite, camouflage and shock rifle combination. Even I can do damage with that combo.
Bound shots just going astray right now. Uncharacteristic from Bound as he just struggled to hit the body of StelluR, period. A little bit to the right, a little bit to the left, and StelluR able to pick up that shock rifle because of those mishaps. 1 minute on the clock. Make sure you start your timers. That's when the next shock rifle's on respawn. You know StelluR's going to be hyper aware that he's going to try to dictate the pace of this match so that he can end up back towards those pipes in 1 minute's time.
It's always been a battle, always been a discussion about what's better, playing through the elimination bracket and being warm, being iced out throughout the winner's bracket. Clearly Bound, a little shaky with the shock rifle shots, and StelluR is red hot right now. A 4-1 lead coming out of SSG's finest in StelluR.
Bound giving that little jiggle peek. He says, I'm enough with the jiggle. Let me go full out. And he's pushing right into StelluR, being very aggressive. But StelluR's ready for this push. StelluR with the commando rifle. StelluR with the great shots. As Bound has to run away. And oh boy, what a great movement tech from Bound right there. Kept his body low on that rotation. StelluR wasn't quite able to get that kill in time. And StelluR hears the footsteps at top white. He's going to be able to get those shots down and steal this camouflage away before Bound can make any action.
Like the chess player he is, does that damage, forces Bound to back down, and at the same time gonna move forward, steal the camouflage. He knows that Bound is gonna try to trade out his life there for camo, try to get a valuable kill there, and he's ready for that as well. StelluR always taking 2 steps ahead.
Perfect.
And now shock rifle shots start to connect. The perfect kill comes in. 5 kills separate StelluR and Bound here in the grand finals.
He said StelluR's the chess player, right? He always has something in the back of his mind. When he took that challenge at top control, he used the grapple and then broke it immediately to fake Bound out. It's just so fun to watch StelluR think about the game and how he approaches these fights and how he's gonna find kill after kill. A 6 kill lead now, and Bound is just feeling the hurt in game one. StelluR is red hot after his last 2 games.
And we're seeing Bound really start to open up the playbook a little bit. It is coming at StelluR from multiple different angles. The problem is that StelluR seemingly has an answer for every single one of his pushes, as that shot just barely missing out on the head of Bound. The second one won't, so be careful, Bound. There it is. Bound does enough damage to force StelluR to back down. That allows Bound to push up here from the battery side into the Whirlpool side. Big kill for him with the commando. Bound puts his second on the board.
StelluR. Ooh, Bound was expecting him to come up one way. He's going the next. It's a perfect pre-aim. Does StelluR fall for the trap? It's all about timing right now. Bound keeps checking it. He knows StelluR is going to peek. And oh, what I say, Tony, it's all about the timing. And StelluR, he guesses right. He's going to be able to dodge the pre-aim. But this fight for camouflage is far from over. Bound pushing him back. StelluR's coming back for a second. StelluR made Bound 1. But Bound gets this camouflage away. He's hiding in the corner. StelluR doesn't check it. He's going to be able to get his grapple back. 4 to use. Along with this camouflage and shock rifle, he has the ability to play very aggressive in this fight. Oh no.
There we go. Another.
Oh no.
StelluR is not missing a shot right now. He has come to play and he has come to win. This is your grand finals here. StelluR's the one at the disadvantage that would have to pull off a reset and then win again in another best of 3 series in order to become your champion. And he is playing like he wants it. He freezes the rollover 8-2 lead for StelluR as he grapples right out of the situation, but the long range is where he's been thriving right now, both with the BR and the shock rifle. Bound gonna have to close the distance here, and looks like that's what he's gonna try to do. Up the tower he goes, just barely missing out on that. The sticky grenade looked oh so good, and StelluR keeps on keeping Bound guessing.
Oh, Bound is frustrated, trying to get up high, but he just keeps falling for the trap. StelluR gets another kill, and Bound frustrated beyond belief right now, as every time it feels like he's gonna get the kill, it slips away from him. But StelluR has been so precise in this game. No wasted movements, no wasted shots. Finally, he misses the shock rifle shot, and it will come in a kill for a Bound. And now Bound has a race against the clock. Father time against him. Just 4 minutes to make up a 6-kill deficit.
I love how you talk about the no wasted movements here, because when you're watching StelluR get out of these sticky situations, it's not, I mean, you're talking about Bound being the movement god. As StelluR goes in for the ninja, somehow Bound pulls off the backstack, snatches up that camouflage. But as you're seeing StelluR get out of these sticky situations, it's not like he's using crazy movement tech like Bound. What he's doing is just simple. I know where, I understand the time, I understand the rhythm of my opponent, I understand where he can go, I understand what he's going to do, and he's simply just countering it. It's no wasted movement, it's tactfully done, and I'm loving it. StelluR is playing lights out 1v1 gameplay, and he answers right back off of spawn, killing any momentum Bound might have been able to create. 6-kill lead, 3 minutes on the clock, and StelluR is playing perfect Halo right now.
Oh, there's just, I think he's actually unstoppable right now. This is locked in, right? And this is the thing about StelluR, is as the tournament progresses, he gets better. We've seen it throughout his entire career, right? Whenever that Splice roster had trouble, it was usually within the pool play or early bracket. But when it comes Sunday, when it becomes money on the line, I don't think there's players that are better than StelluR in this game. He is so damn good, and you're seeing it time and time again. Bound just can't do anything, and Bound is the ones kid. He's the juice kid. This is what Bound's known for, and StelluR's playing with his food.
Bound and found it out right now, because StelluR wasn't bad at ones back in Halo 5 either, and we're seeing it here. He is now 3x his opponent's score line as Bound answers back with a big kill, snatches up that shock rifle. Still gonna have to get at least one more kill, or at least some entry damage before he's able to get that camouflage. StelluR off a spawn, gonna make his way over to tower, and Bound rips him with the shock rifle. Big shot by him. Can he follow it up?
Okay, it's all about the spawn manipulation at this point. He has to play fast and keep StelluR on the respawn screen. He knows where StelluR's at. You have 2 grapples and a camo. It's time to get to work. Playing fast to get underneath. Time is ticking away, and StelluR is just getting too far away. He's Bound missing his opportunities, it feels like. I think he's just too concerned about conserving his grapples right here, Tony. StelluR's just... He hasn't actually done much on the map, but he's just dodged Bound at every point. And even now, like this half second longer it takes to get the kill. Every second is painful that comes off the clock.
Minute 22 seconds on that clock, and it's still a lead in favor of StelluR. And at this point, StelluR could play a little bit of hide and seek right now, but it looks like StelluR makes his presence known. That nade going right between the legs of Bound, and Bound comes out with the shock rifle. We talked about StelluR heating up earlier, but Bound starting to catch fire right now, down by 4 kills. Is this possible?
By a razor thin margin, but Bound knows where he needs to go. Hits the body on StelluR, needs to get the finish. StelluR wraps the corner, StelluR goes down.
Killing spree.
3 kills, 45 seconds to get them. Another grappled. Can he force the A spawn once again? No. Did he see the movement at bottom blue pipes? No, that's going to be the game, Tony. He's going to go the wrong way. He just couldn't get back to his spot in time. But can he recover still? 30 seconds to get 3 kills?
That's it. Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, that's it. Oh my God. Okay. You know, he might not win the game, but that was, that was Halo 5S. The way the Cali clamber up top, the movement to get around, like Bound's starting to feel himself. There's some momentum that's really being built right here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know how many kills in a row this is for Bound. It's been absolutely incredible watching him do his thing, but eventually you have to understand that you're just playing against the clock. Time is a currency that Bound simply did not have to waste, and it was one false move, one just half second longer it took to get the kill that eventually put him against the clock, and StelluR gonna be able to come out with the win in game number 1 after a great performance in the beginning and just letting time do its work towards the end.
Now, honestly, like Bound could still come back in that game if he was a couple steps faster, right? He was trying to get to that spot where he knows he can force an A spawn and have an immediate grapple chain into the fight, but he just couldn't quite get there fast enough, right? And we saw that blue pipe spawn, and by the time Bound was able to react, it was too late. But I mean, look at this little Cali clamber action, drops down. StelluR's just in the blender during that gunfight, and that's where Bound's at his best, right? When he's able to treat the map like a jungle gym and really act as if he's that Olympic athlete who can just do chin-ups for days, who can run left, right, keep you in the blender. This is where Bound's at his best.
The one thing I'm thinking about is about maybe like the minute 49-second mark where Bound was able to grab hold of that camouflage, and I guess around here, and then StelluR makes his presence known over toward the C, toward the A side. I'm thinking that StelluR's gonna hide and try to drain the clock down, especially because you know that Bound immediately got camouflage. There's no point to even move off his spawn, but he does. And then since then, Bound just continues to go on this miraculous run. So now the momentum, even though StelluR might have won game number 1, if I'm Bound, I'm like, well, look at all of those kills I got in the row. Like, if I just had 5 more seconds, I would have been able to tie up the game, force an overtime, and then who knows what would have happened. If I'm Bound, I'm still confident where if he would have played that time around that minute 49 seconds mark, again, with camouflage, again, no reason to even show yourself, I'm wondering Bound gets no momentum, and I wonder what this game 2 looks like. I'm all about the mental, I'm all about the X factor, and those are some of the things that just pops into my mind. I wonder is going to come out to bite him in the butt here in game 2.
Right, it's like, it's not even momentum, it'd be the frustration as well, right? Like, instead of getting all those kills, he's just shooting the ground, being frustrated. Like, we know Bound when he's not getting the challenges that he wants, but I think StelluR is always going to be a good sport when it's playing against Bound. I think these guys play, for the pride, for the fun. There just happens to be a lot of money on the line, and both these guys want it so bad as StelluR is trying to get Bound on this first strike, using this camouflage to get up close. Bound, he can't hear a thing with this camouflage behind him.
Camouflage hunting him down. Bound Luckily able to turn the corner right at the right time and does the damage enough to force StelluR to back down and slow down that push, but StelluR somehow finds the angle he's looking for with that commando. Love the pre-fire out of him right there, anticipating that Bound might go for the reach out. You know, Bound loves his reach out. And on the bottom right-hand corner, you see first place, $6,000. Second place, $4,000. $10,000 between these two competitors alone. And there's no split, baby.
It's all green. StelluR gonna take this fight high ground against Bound, but Bound able to get some great shots down range. And this is a risky play by StelluR, right? He's keeping him, he basically takes his eye off that P door for such a long period of time, but it's to gain the timing on Bound right here. If Bound stays, that's when you get punished, and Bound's feeling the hurt right now. Bound, he can't run away. StelluR gets the first strike.
1-0 lead for StelluR. Already has that thrust and commando, but wants to add the camouflage over towards his collection here. Knows that Bound should come off a spawn and at least be able to get eyes on it. Right to the car side, Bound goes. The commando shot gonna force Bound to back down. Continues to pepper him, then bounces back to get the active camouflage. StelluR, a master at creating those distractions. Even if he doesn't get the kill, he still is able to have some kind of decoy to pull your sight away from the camouflage and steal it away, but Bound answers right back. That sidekick really coming into play here on Aquarius. Bound mastered it.
Bound needs to follow it up, right? That's what was lacking in the beginning of game one, was there's just no follow-up to the kills that Bound was able to get, while StelluR was able to keep that momentum rolling. Bound wants to get aggressive. He's going to try to get into the face of StelluR. I'd like to see maybe that sidekick come out. And he thinks twice about it. I like that. I like the discipline from Bound right there. I think in the qualifiers, we'd see Bound absolutely try to push into that base and get into the face of StelluR. This time, knowing how much money is on the line, he's making sure he's playing smart. He's not trying to take fights where he's at a pure disadvantage.
But now Bound forced to back down all the way down towards the bridge side of the map. Comes right back in with that sidekick, shreds the shield to StelluR. Down to one shot he goes. StelluR forced to give up that height advantage. Bound not exactly looking to do the same here. And looks like a free reset, but Bound anticipating the push over toward the P side. StelluR resetting all the way over towards utility. So a patient and disciplined play out of StelluR as well, as both players reset. Camouflage will end up drawing both of them out here very soon.
It's interesting how many engagements we've had thus far, Tony, and how few kills there are, right? We're seeing a lot of backing down, but there's no backing down for this fight. Pistol on pistol action. Who has the better sidekick? StelluR. He acts as if he's running away from that fight. I think Bound expects him not to be trying to take that challenge. The pre-fire works. He gets the kill and the lead. And now he's looking to get a second one. The sidekick is too nasty. Perfect shots from StelluR. 2-kill lead.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think I've ever gotten a perfect kill with the sidekick. Commando and sidekick, it's hard to get them perfect kills, but once again, StelluR making it look easy. Camouflage, sidekick combination, so deadly when it hits, it shreds. Bound forced to run away over toward the courtyard side. He goes, slides right out, finds that angle right before Bound is able to turn that corner. Now a 4-1 lead. Couple of thrusts in the back pocket here, and StelluR continues to find Bound off a spawn and to make him pay through it.
Bound was ready for that fight right away. Got shots down range, but StelluR's follow-up might be too much. He hit the pillar. Bounces him back, where it's StelluR a little frustrated right there, not expecting to get pushed back. Moves his aim off target, and they're going to have to back down. The 3-kill lead for StelluR can grow to 4 as long as he can find the right spot. He's had Bound's number time and time again. It's time once again to show it up. Bound bottom mid trying to run away.
Couple shots from Bound. Down to the bottom mid he goes and has no idea where StelluR's coming from. Left, right, up, down. Looked like he was putting in a GTA cheat code right there. Eventually, StelluR finds him, and as of right now, StelluR breaking him down. A 5-1 lead. Another active camouflage coming up. StelluR backing all the way down for another full reset over towards utility. He loves pushing through utility and resetting going up car side. We've seen him do it time and time again here on Aquarius, not just this series, but multiple series beforehand as well.
Solo steals back, breaking a StelluR, gets his next kill. Bound needs this one. Camouflage on the line. Just a patient play by StelluR. He has Bound's number in these close range engagements. And, you know, you don't expect that, right, Tony? Because when we talk about Bound, we talk about this hyper-aggressive player who loves to get in your face. But StelluR's always been that underrated Slayer when it comes to just having pure ability with his shot. He gets up close, he hardly ever misses, and Bound's feeling that pressure right now. Oh my God.
That's frustrating. That is frustrating right there. I know that Bound is not happy about that one.
That's the thing, is like, where's the mental game right here, right? You're playing against your teammate. He's slapping you around in these games thus far. Is this getting into your mind? Because right now, StelluR, he just cannot be taken down right now. He has Bound's number, the high ground, just shooting down upon Bound. The commando rifle getting so much damage on this map, so much value for StelluR thus far.
And with them being teammates, I think it's actually almost like worse than them being like opponents. I feel like you spend so much time in the comms with your teammates and whatnot. You just, little trash talk, little tidbits here and there, like in the middle of scrims and whatnot. I get into an argument about a play. You thought you should have made this play. We thought we should have been right and whatnot. This, that, and the third. Remember that time where I 10-1'd you in the grand finals of a $20,000 tournament, and you're gonna tell me what to do? Like, I highly doubt StelluR would do that, but I know I would.
Yeah, I mean, you're in game 5 on a tournament, like StelluR. You like Bound has to listen to StelluR, right? He's like, you don't listen to StelluR, like, my guy, I beat you, I slapped you. But here we go. I mean, this is similar as last time, right? We saw a massive lead from StelluR, but then suddenly Bound starts to get a little bit of momentum. He starts clawing his way back in. StelluR's always going to give you the challenge. I think that's what we're realizing now, is that StelluR isn't going to run away from Bound. This is a game where StelluR's going to give Bound the chance to get back in this game. That's because StelluR's just feeling confident. He knows that, hey, I'm probably going to get a trade if you get too close to me. And Bound, oh my God, look at that little strafe from Bound right there. I don't think it's going to matter much, but that guy's moving up on a mid.
All right, advantage still in favor of StelluR as he looks to chase down Bound once again, and I respect it. It's almost like you can get that triple kill. You find the last player, like, give me the courtesy chow. Give me the opportunity to get the overkill. StelluR gives Bound the courtesy chow time and time again. But the question is, what do you do with it? Because not only is he challenging to give you an opportunity to get the kill, but he's also challenging to widen his lead 10-4. 3 minutes on the clock here, and now time really playing against Bound. It's going to be, I mean, it's obviously possible for Bound to win, but every kill is backbreaking. Every kill is just putting that 1 or 2 more daggers into the back of Bound, and the question is, how much can he take? Apparently none anymore. Bound is out.
Promise, Bound, he's a final boss though. Has a second life. You can't count him out too early, because that might be the first best of 3, but we got a second one. And I think a lot of momentum's with StelluR right now, but Bound can turn up at any moment. And this is the benefit of coming in from the winner's side, right? This is the benefit of getting the job done the first time around, is you have these extra games to throw away. Bound needs to get back in this lobby, reset himself as we move into our second best of 3.
And this is what I know is like really tough. Like I feel like if I'm Bound, like I gotta like swallow my pride for a second and like, I know you want to get back into the game. I know you want to get right back into grand finals, get things started, and get it over with as soon as possible. But if I'm Bound, stand up. You know, go to the bathroom, splash some water on your face. Get yourself a big, I don't know, Mountain Dew or something. You need something to reset. Just stand up, breathe, and don't come back with that same energy that was at round number 1. Because I know that he's frustrated. I know that he's upset right now. I think right now what's the most valuable for Bound is not even like any strategy in the game. It's to just like take a 5-minute breather and come back in. I really believe that. I know the chat's probably laughing at me right now, but I truly believe that's like the best thing for Bound right now.
Doesn't he have a sauna inside his house? Just hop in real fast, you know?
Does he have a sauna inside his house? Like, did you make that up?
No, I'm pretty
Is it
sure he has
a
a sauna in
bidet
his
too?
house.
What do you?
I'm pretty sure he has a sauna in his house, bro. I'm not even joking. I'm pretty sure he has one in his house. I could be wrong. I'm sure someone will
It's next to
correct
the
me.
tennis court.
Hey, you know, hey, that's bound, bro. He's living lavish. Are they going back to Aquarius right away? Ooh. Bound just got destroyed on this map. He has to come back to it. This is truly a test of his mental reset.
Bound coming out as fast as possible here. We talk about his movement time and time again, but we talk about StelluR's patience and the way he's able to hunt you down with that patience. The camouflaged StelluR gets the first strike onto Bound here. Couple of thrusts as well, with now map control and lead in favor of StelluR.
Already, we're seeing Bound slow it down quite a bit. Not through that P door. Oh no. There's just nothing you can do about that, right? StelluR has the perfect pre-aim. You just happen to be around that corner. He's got camouflage. There's nothing you can do about that. And now this is where the red rack update can make a big difference in these games, right? We see Bound get that blue spawn, but if StelluR can force him on yellow spawn while having the yellow commando, it just gives him one less piece of utility to work with in these gunfights. And I really do like how the new red rack update plays into the 1v1 so far, Tony.
And as of right now, I'm loving the way StelluR's playing, keeping that mid-map control, keeping Bound forced to his third of the map here, limiting his options, and right back into the long range shot. StelluR's been comfortable from mid to long range all series long here. And in this reset, it's the same 2-0 for StelluR. Bound with the commando. Looks like he wants to try to make it towards utility. This is gonna, if he goes through that utility, this is a hard commit. He's gonna have to fight StelluR here, and with that active camouflage coming up, that may not be the end of the world, but fakes the audio cue to go towards utility. Backs out towards the courtyard. Excellent shots by Bound. So now Bound getting real creative with it. Doesn't want to give up that height advantage. Or does he? Secures the kill and now doesn't have to worry about grabbing camo.
I think a lesser player probably goes for the camouflage as soon as they see StelluR hit the ground, knowing that he can't grab it right away. But Bound sees that as an escape route. He knows where StelluR's heading to. He uses it to get the kill, and now Bound in the exact opposite position as StelluR was at, and great job, gets the kill, doesn't allow the trade from StelluR. Bound starting to find himself in this grand finals reset.
Yeah, great recovery so far for Bound, but it's still tied up at 2 apiece here, and camouflage in the hands of him for how long. It actually had just dissipated here. Now trying to check those spawns. StelluR makes over toward the car side. Excellent commando shots, is going to be rewarded with that one. Even StelluR wasn't ready for that. Clean shots coming out of Bound as he takes his lead here.
Just Bound here, StelluR at P2. He's going to get the spot on it. Now the challenge, but he's out of ammo and low on life. Bound has to hide, and StelluR's not letting him get away. Oh no. Can Bound wrap the corner? No, he cannot. StelluR tracks him down, gets the thrust off his dead body and a pistol to join him. That was a massive kill by StelluR. Ties this game up and gives him control of both the thrusts.
If there's one thing that we found out so far in this tournament, that not only is StelluR one of the hardest kills in the game, but on top of that, he's obviously so well versed in the mid-range, the close range. Like, his offense is just as good as defense. That's why we kind of talk about him being one of the best overall players in the game. It's not just one way they can get at you. And in 4v4s, it's valuable as well because it's the objective. It's everything he brings to the table, and why he has to be one of the most underrated players in the game. And when we're talking about the best of the best, too often we forget to mention the StelluRs. Too often we forget to mention the Ecos, and we got to start putting more respect on their names as Bound shuts me up real quick with the big melee. But I swear everything I said was still true.
No, I mean, absolutely, but that's just a heads-up play by Bound right there. He knows that StelluR's going to try to grab that camouflage, and once he sees that thrust down at top mid, he knows that StelluR doesn't have it, so he tries to close that distance as soon as possible, right? Do not let StelluR have any sort of utility in that fight. Yeah, he has camouflage, but he just has camouflage. Bound had a thrust. He uses that thrust to finish the fight. And StelluR, although that camo went into his possession, it doesn't result in any kills. And Bound still playing with the lead.
Excellent shots by Bound. Not only doing that damage, but more importantly, now getting the information on exactly where StelluR's going and where he is. Information is power. Here in the 1v1s, gets himself a thrust right over, right through him. StelluR having no idea where Bound went. And with that creativity, that's exactly what Bound is looking to do. Come at him from multiple different ways. Throw StelluR's rhythm and timing off. That's where Bound specializes in. A 2-kill lead and Bound having all the momentum in the world.
StelluR slowing this game down. Bound's expecting this push, but the question is he patient enough, right? We see him moving around a lot. He is going to be able to spot StelluR, and StelluR's escape might be trapped by that nade. Still one shot, just able to get his shields back. Surprised that nade didn't do any more damage. Camo coming up in 5 seconds. This is the fight that StelluR needs to win. Might expect to see the sidekick come out for this fight.
StelluR trying to navigate his way through the connector side and not able to win that health damage battle, so Bound goes right in for the camo. StelluR still down to 1 shot. Bound dropping right down here. Excellent shots by StelluR right back at him, but eventually Bound had the health advantage, had the camouflage, gets himself his 6th kill, doubling the score line of StelluR.
It's a valiant effort from StelluR, right? It's just Bound has that tiny bit of advantage. The camouflage, the thrust, it just adds up to be too much. StelluR not able to get his aim back on track. And Bound's going to keep the thrust in his possession. StelluR on the opposite side of the map, but Bound checking all his corners, knowing how important this game is. It can completely change the momentum. It was a clear 2-0 in the first best of 3. This second best of 3, he's looking to rewrite history.
Bound able to find a way over towards his P side, and now StelluR pitter-pattering his way here. Not too fast, not too slow. Bound somehow able to retreat all the way towards the fridge, but you have to imagine StelluR had the audio cues and knows where Bound is moving towards, and now Bound has that information right back at him. That nade not connecting. No. Bound flies in, and StelluR takes him down. Did that nade connect or not?
I think it did a little bit of damage, but really cemented the death for Bound right there. It was just throwing out the elbow a little bit too early, right? No lunge, no damage put down. StelluR finds the easy kill. And now StelluR can really start pushing the advantages, right? Creep into this back base. Does Bound rotate up to P while StelluR rotates? I think he heard it. He's ready for this push from Bound. He saw the rotate. This is going to be a fight for camouflage. R to P, and Bound has a perfect pre-nade, zoning out that camo, but StelluR has the opening damage. Can Bound get away? He has no thrust to save him.
And I talked about this in the last game that they played, or the last series before the reset. StelluR loves playing wide over towards utility side, whether it's yellow, whether it's blue. He often will play wide and play over toward that car side, and Bound anticipated that, throws the pre-grenades over toward that car side, knowing they could come out of it, and that was enough to get Bound that camouflage. Bound is now really starting to understand the way StelluR's coming at him, and once Bound starts to get that information, once Bound starts to come up with some counter strategies here, you know that StelluR's in trouble. 7-4 lead, 3 minutes and 16 seconds on the clock. Anything can happen here, but I'm loving the way Bound is playing so far here in the reset.
Yeah, Bound's doing a phenomenal job. And StelluR, there's a ticking clock in the back of his head of how long he has until he has to force an engagement. And that's where the game can really be pushed away, right? Is when you have to start forcing engagements. Right now, it's about picking your battles, finding where you can have the advantages, where you can win the fight. And the second that clock gets too low, you're gonna have to start pushing into Bound, and that's what's gonna happen from here on out. Bound gets the kill of a 4-kill deficit and 2 minutes and 30 seconds to play. StelluR has to pick up the pace, whether he likes it or not.
Bound even going as far as to shoot that red side of the map to try to influence those spawns. Those spawns have been crazy so far. 8-4 lead still for Bound. Bound gonna retreat over towards utility side himself, and he's gonna try to drain the clock. This is play that I didn't expect to see from Bound, but hey, $20,000 on the line, and gets the audio key. The StelluR's right above him, so easy shots coming in. Now thrust right back out. Bound being so unpredictable with the movement, but StelluR getting a hold of active camo.
Is this game still within reach? He's checking every corner but the right one. Oh no. Oh no, he just walked past him.
Turn around!
That's game. I mean, you're just gonna run out of time. He checked every corner but the right one. He realizes the game's over. StelluR ends the game early. Bound finally on the board and is at match point.
I tried to tell him turn around.
He's not listening, man.
Oh, God bless. Game number 1 going towards Bound. Bound was the one with that advantage going to the grand finals through the winners bracket to begin with, and now he's the one having the advantage here after the grand finals reset. One more map, live fire, and let me tell you, with the momentum that Bound already has and the way that we saw him make work with the sniper rifle, granted it was recharged with the shock rifle, but something still tells me that if he gets a hold of that sniper rifle early here on live fire, things will go from bad to worse for StelluR. StelluR is gonna have to set the pace here in game 2.
It's on live fire though. And what was the game where StelluR had the phenomenal comeback? Where was it when he looked unbeatable for 11 straight kills?
Behemoth.
It's live fire, baby. That sniper rifle.
Damn.
It's too good in his hands. Now, obviously, Bound's Bound. He can do Bound things. He's the X factor, right? But we know what StelluR's capable of. The question is, can he solve the equation for Bound? Can he prevent Bound from getting comfortable on this map? I think so. I think this has game 3 written all over it, Tony.
I want to agree with you. I don't know, man. Bound's moving different, and I think there's obviously an opportunity for StelluR to win and send us to a round 3. And you're not crazy for thinking that, but if Bound comes in with that same composure and that same energy that we saw in game number 1 on Aquarius, obviously live fire being a much different map, I think we ended right here. I think this is a 2-0 in favor of Bound, because I really like what I saw. Now, if StelluR is able to heat check him a couple of times, get himself that early lead, and then be a nuisance, be a ratty type of player, make it difficult for Bound to play his game. Yeah, we see a game 3. We're gonna see, but I think there's a really good chance, and I would say maybe like a 55% chance that this ends in Bound's favor. It's close, but I think Bound takes it.
Right. If Bound opens up a lead early in this game, I think it's imperative that he kind of wastes his sniper ammo fast, right? What we've seen is StelluR's comebacks are always propelled by him grabbing the sniper rifle. We saw it against Boo Boo Doo. We saw it against Renegade. It's time for Bound to put this one away. It's the grand finals reset. You gave up 2 games to start this series. It's time to answer 2 of your own. He won the opening kill. He has the sniper rifle. Everything in his possession. His destiny in his hands. It's time for Bound to really show why he's the king of 1v1s.
Tower side control in favor of Bound right now, still having 7 shots with the sniper rifle. Way too much for StelluR to mess around with. StelluR going to try to creep his way over toward the green side. Bound still not exactly sure where StelluR's coming from, so he's checking that center map. He's checking that left to right. Now knows StelluR right up the mid. Early damage that allows StelluR to push up, but the body shot quickly comes in the BR to finish him off here. 2-0 lead by Bound. You said if it's an early lead by Bound, he can possibly run away with it, but so far 2 on the board, almost 3.
All right, what I really want to see is just use the sniper ammo. Take any shot. Pre-fire if you need to. Do not let StelluR grab this thing and have ammo to work with to put his way back into this game. Start to see StelluR trying to work towards that nest side, but Bound, he hasn't even checked. I think he finally heard the feet of StelluR. He's looking down low, but StelluR's behind the dice boxes.
StelluR then crouched his way over from the green side to the dice, and looks like the weak StelluR gonna pop right back out. Early damage on the Bound forces him to back down. This is gonna be tough because StelluR can come from multiple different ways if he chooses to drop down here, but Bound makes it out. Just as I say that, StelluR hunts him down. StelluR on the board now, sniper rifle in hands, one shot to work with.
And that commando punches hard. They able to get into the back of Bound, got the easy kill. And now StelluR can tie this one up just easy enough. He saw Bound peek over at Ness. He's getting ready to take this shot. And Bound says, I don't want none of that business. But unfortunately for him, StelluR, he's reading this rotation. Doesn't matter if you're crouching because your head's coming around that corner. Bound's one shot. StelluR's tying up this game.
He'll be coming around the mountain when he comes. StelluR comes in with the big kill. 3 repulses. And now working on that next sniper rifle. Looks like Bound has the same idea in mind. So a couple of grenades to try to deny access here for StelluR, and Bound flies right in. StelluR pokes out, somehow gets first shot, repulses Bound back and finishes him off beautifully, snatches up the sniper rifle. StelluR is back to play.
This is where StelluR starts to get away with games. It's when you give him this full sniper rifle. He's so effective at always hitting his target. Doesn't matter if it's the head or the body. Very rarely are you going to see him just straight miss shots. And the other thing is he understands routes, right? He understands where players want to go. So often you're going to see him pre-aiming the right spot.
Well, as of right now, StelluR pre-aiming every angle on this map from mid to nest. Now slides right into that point of view.
Oh my God,
StelluR trying to connect there. Bound still forced on the A side here, and StelluR still manning the C side of the map.
And StelluR sent that warning shot off into Bound's admin. He said, hey, try to push whatever corner you want. Doesn't matter if you de-scope me, I'm probably going to hit you anyway. Especially after the buff to the sniper rifle. Did he see Bound? I think StelluR might have thought he saw some movement in those pillars, and I think he's talking himself into saying, yeah, I did see that movement. He's pre-aiming. The question is, can Bound outweight StelluR? It looks like Bound's going to say, I think he saw me. Rotating all the way around. He's going, is he down low? Back towards the sandbag. StelluR with a sniper rifle still in that high position. We haven't seen StelluR leave this side of the map for about 3 minutes now. Bound's going to have to take him out of this position. But you know StelluR's waiting, and he is ready with this sniper.
And Bound just playing peekaboo with him, but it must be frustrating for Bound because you want to try different ways to close the distance on StelluR, but you also can't afford to make any mistakes because once that gap starts to widen, StelluR's so good at holding it. So you see him trying to go from the mid, go from the sandbags, go from the cut side, and every time StelluR is able to point him out, he comes in from a much different angle. He's just resetting every single time. He's looking for a clean push, and he finally finds it. Now over toward the tower side, nades go in. StelluR forced down to the mud side, able to jump over his own grenade. That could have been bad. StelluR answers right back with the body shot, and Bound does everything possible to close the distance, everything possible to get that kill, and StelluR simply hits a game-changing shot.
There's so much effort to push StelluR out of that tower, right? He even wasted his stickies to make sure he had spike grenades to throw him out of that tower. Was able to do so, but then it's just the shot that StelluR hits, right? It's so often it's that moment where StelluR looks like you have him dead to rights. He's gonna hit a shot and push you back, but now it's just Bound with the sniper and Bound with the equalizer. Able to get the kill. No more snipe for StelluR. It's time for Bound to make up some ground.
Bound really needs a heat check StelluR right there and was able to do so. Now you're only down by 1 kill and you have that ultimate equalizer in hands. That sniper rifle runs live fire. Not very often do we see players playing through the green side with sniper, and I don't even know if StelluR's gonna be aware of it. And as he makes his way over toward the nest side, StelluR still on tower. Looks like Bound having an idea that he's here. And there we go. The battle comes in. Able to repulse StelluR right back, and Bound trying to hunt him down. Can he finish off the weak player? StelluR has a drop wall. Bound forced to go over towards the mid, down to 1 shot. StelluR has changed the tides of that battle.
StelluR kept Bound weak. He never really got his shields back, and it's going to force Bound out of the fight completely. Now Bound he's just in an awkward spot. He doesn't really know where he wants to go yet, because he has no idea where StelluR's at. He's expecting to push out towards that nest box, so that doesn't happen. Checking out all his other corners now. StelluR's just making Bound play awkward positions. Question is, does he check the right corner? Hiding behind the dice boxes. I don't think he's gonna check it.
Oh, he checked it. The problem is it's after StelluR already unloads 4 shots into him, but Bound gets his shields back, knocks him back, and hits him with the F around and find out.
And now this is where it's great, because he has the spawn trap in lock, but I think he might have left just a hair too early. There's no one at A. Where is StelluR? Oh no. Towards big door. He pre-aims in the right spot, but can't get the kill, and StelluR punishes 100% of the time. No sniper ammo. He says, okay, I'll go back up high. Sniper is coming up in 15 seconds. This next fight can either push this game away for StelluR, where Bound's gonna have no chance to come back.
Wait, what?
Oh.
Bound chases down StelluR to tie up that game at 5 apiece, and now Bound snatches up the sniper rifle. This can be a game changer. Plenty of time on the clock for either one of these players, and Bound is moving a bit different from green. He should be checking the mid side here very soon, but he has a feeling that StelluR's gonna push for the repulse, so he's gonna use that repulse as bait. StelluR crouching over towards it. He's gonna get away with that repulse, but almost loses his head, and Bound retreats back to the top tower.
Bound has a chance to secure his grand finals here. Plenty of sniper ammo to get the job done. But he has to find the right spot. And for the first time, we're starting to see some unorthodox positions. Bound getting very aggressive with this sniper rifle. He has to be careful. You got to hit the shot. StelluR's barking right at his heels, and Bound says, I'm curbing out of here. Oh, he hits the shot on StelluR. He's going to get aggressive. Spike's not going to do it. StelluR able to survive at B, but just barely. Those spike grenades, that's a dangerous game to play, hiding 1 shot with the spike grenades up.
My question is, if you GA spike grenades and go for the road detonation, does that count as breaking the GA? Like,
yeah, that's a good question, huh?
I don't know exactly how that works. Does StelluR then pick up the Bangler if he gets remote detonated? Like, I honestly have no clue. Oh, you saw what I saw.
Oh, I saw a little bit of silver. You want to say just a little bit. Bound, he reacted to it, but not gonna be able to get that kill. StelluR gonna back away, and Bound has to be thinking to himself, man, if I can just get 1 kill, this series is mine. Don't even let it go to overtime. 40 seconds on this clock. This one person get a kill. This game could be over. And StelluR, I don't think StelluR's going to challenge anything. He is hiding. He wants to get this thing to overtime before he decides to make a push.
StelluR's definitely comfortable with allowing us to go to overtime here. Bound is the one pushing forward and trying to force the action. He would love to get that final kill before time winds down, but looks like that's not going to happen here. Keep in mind, though, that sniper rifle is coming up once again, and StelluR is hiding over toward the back of A, so he has no line of sight on the sniper. Meanwhile, Bound does, and Bound could just use it as bait here. It's going to be tough for StelluR, but now 3 minutes back on the clock. StelluR starts to move once again.
And StelluR trying to CE that sniper back. He missed both the nades, and now sniper ammo goes to Bound. While StelluR's one, he's gonna have to back down, and suddenly it's the world against StelluR. Everything in Bound's possession. This man has what, 13 bullets a snipe? But he has a commando. StelluR gets the kill. It's a back-breaking one. Oh no, Bound just wasn't ready.
Bound clearly wasn't ready for that kill there, and StelluR now has that sniper rifle in hands, plenty of bullet, probably much more than what's needed. Bound over toward the green side of the map. StelluR here on tower. 2 minutes on the clock. A minute has already eclipsed and only one kill so far. Bound gonna go back and trying to find some kind of avenue, some kind of clear lane into the seaside, which you know is so hard to do because StelluR hits almost every no scope in open field. This is gonna be tough for Bound, but from corner to corner, from cover to cover, he tries to make his way in. Eyeballing that heat wave a little too. I don't like the way you're looking at that.
Yeah, you make amends during scrims. You know what I'm saying? Real men play for the money. Bounds up. StelluR hears this. Bound has to be careful about how he takes the shot. He might have picked up that AR, right? Very close, effective range. Yeah, you see their AR is red rack. So Bound has an AR in his hand, and he picked up that AR, and he immediately ran all the way back. Time's running out. He's going to pick it up. Okay, so he's getting the AR off the rack and then picking up the commando. So different weapon to use. Bound's ready for this fight. StelluR's at top tower. 1 minute on the clock. This is it.
This next kill can decide the fate of this game.
I don't think he saw him in the hole. He hears that. Oh no. Bound. How do you walk so far and then start sprinting, Tony?
He just wanted to get close, though. He just wanted to get close without getting body shot. So now it is close range. This is exactly where Bound wanted to be. The distance has been closed, but StelluR hits the body shot with that sniper rifle. Bound sends him off the map with the repos. Went a lot farther than I thought he would, but we're in the same predicament we were before. Bound is still down by 1 kill. 26 seconds here on the clock. StelluR right back toward the tower side.
Oh, I think
Bound has to find a way in.
Where does Bound go? Sticky's in. I think he's gonna have a chance. Oh, there's no repulse to set him off. StelluR, he dodges the first 2 stickies. StelluR gets up close. There's only 7 seconds. The nades come through. StelluR pushes us to game 3.
Well played by StelluR. Bound couldn't quite find the answer. That repulse off the map was great. Like I said, I did not expect StelluR to fly off like that, but eventually he went down. The sniper rifle into the BR shot was just too good, and StelluR sends us into that game number 3. Momentum and everything in favor of StelluR, and if he can get a hold of that camouflage and that shock rifle, Bound's really gonna be in trouble.
Oh, I honestly cannot tell you who's gonna win this game. It's so back and forth between these two. And remember last time we saw them on this map, Bound almost made the miraculous comeback, but he was just 1 kill short. This was just such an incredible back and forth between the two players, but it comes down to giving StelluR the sniper rifle, right? When he has that sniper rifle, he's just so consistent at hitting the body shot and being a frustrating kill.
Well, we've seen a reset already here in the grand finals. We're now going to see a game number 3 here in the grand finals reset. So, I mean, at this point, there's no more chances. after this game, we are crowning a winner. StelluR or Bound are going to be leaving $6,000 richer here. $20,000 spread across 4 weeks. Their Honda Fan Cup is going to end after this game.
Well, it's the same start from the last time they played on this map. Bound gets back down. StelluR gets the camo, but he doesn't pop it. Bound was trusting that StelluR is going to pop that camouflage right away and try to catch him in the animation. That was not going to happen. StelluR one step ahead, using his piece as a bait on the board and capturing Bound. Once again, a 2-0 start. StelluR is playing phenomenal in this grand finals.
You know, I was over here sitting here thinking that that spot was really good for Bound, and somehow StelluR finds him immediately. Easy 2-0 lead. Bound gets the first few shots. That's going to force StelluR to back down over toward the gold side, and now has height. Has a shock rifle. Love that nade by him to deny access, but Bound somehow is still doing damage and now grinding forward. StelluR grapples wide across the map, but Bound looks to cut him off. He is not allowing StelluR to escape that easily.
Oh, it's just too easy for StelluR. The perfect pre-aim. The lead continues to grow. Bound's chances slipping away in this game. He needs to find a way to take down StelluR while he has that shock rifle in hand. A tall task for Bound because StelluR's been just pinpoint accurate today.
Camouflage coming up in just 23 seconds here. StelluR right back over toward the gold side of the map where he's so comfortable. It's the gold side or this tower side is where he loves having that shock rifle. And with the grapple and active camouflage coming up, I think StelluR really has the advantage here. Bound over toward that tower side. Not a bad position, but this next fight going to be important. StelluR already with a 3-kill lead.
StelluR's lurking. He's listening, right? Using this camouflage as bait. He hears Bound go a step too far. He's got him, but Bound's gonna run right into the reticle. The commando puts him out of the scope right away. Now he's gonna try to grapple. It's plan B. Get the camouflage, get the grapple, get away. Just able to get around the corner of StelluR. Oh no!
Reversal.
Around the corner, and now he stalks his prey. Bound back to the respawn screen. It was a trap all along.
StelluR is just so good at target prioritization, like whether prioritizing going for the kill, prioritizing getting that health damage to force your opponent to back down, or keeping your eye on the prize and being able to grab a hold of an active camouflage. He's so good at target prioritization, and that's the large reason why he has a 4-0 lead at the moment. Bound all the way across the map right now. Back to StelluR's game plan. Wide angles, force you across the map, get himself some easy shots. When he has the lead, we talk about it time and time again, it is almost impossible to steal it from him with his gameplay. Patience and allowing and forcing you to make a mistake and making you pay from it.
Bound's playing aggressive. He knows that time is going to be an important factor in this game, but StelluR, he's just gonna play runaway, and well, Bound, he doesn't have a grapple, but he's got a repulse and he can make it move fast. StelluR gets around the corner just in time, but he's not safe yet, but it's a missed jump. Oh no, it would have been a perfect position for Bound, but now it's StelluR who has the advantage. Mistakes are dearly costly. Oh no.
Highly unfortunate for Bound right there. Like you said, he had a perfect cutoff with that angle, and just as simple as a missed jump, a missed clamber is a missed opportunity for Bound to put a kill on the board, and StelluR just taking advantage of it, able to not only get the kill but get the camouflage as well, forcing Bound to back down immediately right back into his face, and hits that final shot here. A 6-0 lead coming out of StelluR. This is getting tough to watch.
Bound needs to know. He saw that the respawn was up for the shock rifle. He knows that there's no shock rifle in the hands of StelluR for the next 30 seconds. This is his chance to get the kill. He's got it. Now it's about getting positioned. Get the next shock rifle in your hands. He's getting right up to that bat ledge. He knows it's coming up soon. StelluR needs to win this fight. if he wants to keep this lead on the whole. Bound's playing a dangerous game here, Tony. He's not gonna wait for that shock rifle. He doesn't think StelluR thinks he's gonna go this either. He goes back, left, right, doesn't matter. Bound, he slingshot, he left and right. Is this fight? Oh, no. Well, that's a devastating one for two reasons, right, Tony? It's not only do you go down in the leaderboard by 6, but you've given the shock rifle back to the StelluR. Bound could have played a safer game, right? Not being that aggressive. There's plenty of time still left on the clock. Get the shock rifle and then make your play. Instead, he tries to get too greedy. He gives the shock rifle back to StelluR. You have to feel as if this game is getting away from him.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm agreeing with you on all counts, except I guess you gotta kind of know your opponent. And I always talk about staying within that minute. My gosh, the pancake. Beautifully played by StelluR. You gotta realize that you gotta stay within a minute per kill. And it was getting dangerously close for it. And Bound knows that if it continued going that way, StelluR's gonna put him with the minute per kill, and he's never gonna come back from it. So I think Bound said it's high risk, high reward. He either got that kill, otherwise the game is over. And I know it seems early, but I mean the clock was already starting to work against them. I talk about it time and time again. Stay within a minute per kill. Once you're past that, especially against a player like StelluR, the game's practically over. He's just too good.
No, the game is over. Bound concedes. He's had enough. He says, StelluR, that's yours. It took him 2 best of 3s. Only dropping 1 game in the entire reset. StelluR played a phenomenal game of 1v1. I mean, from losing in winners bracket round 1, the first round of losers was StelluR, and he climbed the mountain and summited at the apex. This is what you want to see from players like StelluR. This is the icy StelluR that we've known about. That this is why SSG went out and picked up this guy in particular. You know, and I love that it's an SSG final, but my God, you're seeing why StelluR is a championship level player. When it's Sunday, when it's money on the line, that's when he's at his best. You can never take it for free. StelluR wins your Honda 1v1 Fan Cup.
Yeah, I mean, I said it before and I'll say it again. I love StelluR's gameplay for 1v1s. I think it's just so good. He's very confident within his shot. He doesn't overcommit to any terrible situation. And again, it's not flashy, it's just good fundamental Halo. If he has the health advantage, if he knows he can win the fight, he commits to it. If he doesn't, he backs down, and he's a very tough kill. And then you combine that with, you know, obviously his ability to anticipate what his opponent's going to do, always thinking one step ahead, and then you bring it to his 4v4 gameplay, being able to understand how to play every single objective at a masterful level, being the overall player that he is. StelluR is the perfect player for 1v1 and also the perfect teammate that you want in 4v4s as well. One of the most underrated players in the game, and it's about damn time we put StelluR on notice. He's gonna be your champion here. $20,000 Honda Fan Cup, $6,000 just for first place, and well deserved.
I mean, everyone's been talking about the phase optic in the 4v4s. I just think this shows that SSG's not gonna stay quiet. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's unexpected if we see these guys team up and win a tournament this year. The talent's there, the iciness is there, Tony. Everything you want to see in a team. I love what we saw from StelluR right there. Bound had his moments still, right? And that's what I love about Bound, is you can never keep your eyes off him, because he's gonna go and do something crazy once again. Remember that little Cali Clamber challenge that he had in that first best of 3 on Recharge? He has his moments, but StelluR just has that body of work, keeps it too far. He gets the losers bracket dream run done and comes home $6,000 richer.
Well played by Bound, like you said. I agree 100%. I think it's always exciting to watch Bound. Him and Froster are probably my 2 favorite players to watch in the league. don't want to take anything away from StelluR, and also, you know, want to give a shout out to the rest of the competitors as well. You know, you have Renegade sitting in 3rd place. I believe it was Sab, I want to say 4th. Boo Boo Doo exiting a little bit earlier than expected because he happened to run into your champion in StelluR over towards the winners bracket semifinals, and everybody else, Titan and Victed as well, Synox and all the competitors coming out here. You guys played amazing for about 4 weeks worth of qualifiers. You earned your spot here, and I'm very happy that Xbox is paying across all eight placings here, so everybody get a little bit of money in their pocket because it was well deserved from everybody across the board. Nobody has a reason to hang their head low, and I'm ready for the next one. I've said it before, I'm not the biggest fan of 1v1 gameplay, but this tournament series has been exciting, and I'm so down to have it again. Maybe we switch things up and do a little 2v2 action or something, or come right back in with the 1v1s. Either way, I'm so down for this.
Yeah, I mean, hey, dude, shout out to Honda for sponsoring 2 of these. I mean, honestly, it's big props. That's like $40,000 in prize money that was just given to the community. We got to see some great 1v1s for what feels like the last like 3 months. It's been fun. I hope that they keep doing stuff like this, because I had a blast, Tony. Like you say, yeah, you know, let's do a 4v4 or something, that all the winners get all CRVs or something, you know what I'm saying, or the winners get all Civics. You know, I want to see the team wrap Civics coming down the street. Shout out to Honda, man. They were great throughout this entire thing, and I love that they're giving support to the Halo scene. They were also giving support to a ton of other scenes as well, but they chose us to be the big finale, right? It's they had a chance to go of any of the other games, and they saw the support that Halo was given to the broadcast, to the games, to signing up for the 1v1s, and they said this is the community that we want to have a second round with, and we super appreciate that. You know, shout out to everyone that watched and played. But we're gonna move over to the Xbox channel real fast. There's an interview with StelluR. We're gonna go over to Bravo where he's conducting that interview.
Dude, to put together the comebacks like that. I mean, there was a few instances where you had to string together unbelievable runs of kills, and what does it take to be able to string together those sprees to get back into those games?
It's pretty tough in this game, honestly, because like the sound cues and everything like that, but you just have to hope and like try to catch them off guard, and then get like all this stuff on the map, and then just play like super cringe, honestly, and get some momentum. You have to make them push you, pretty much.
It's true, yeah. You got to play lights out. Harry and Jackie, I'll let you guys ask a few questions as well.
Oh, thanks very much. Yeah, StelluR, I was just going to say as well, of course, we know we haven't had a huge amount of time to prepare for this 1v1 tournament, of course, with Charlotte, which has happened last week, so we haven't had too much time to prepare. The meta didn't really change too much. It's just you're a bit more efficient in terms of time and everything. But how well do you think you played in comparison to the last finale? Because I kind of felt like when you were playing against Renegade in that losers final, it kind of broke you a bit, and then all of a sudden the momentum and morale just heavily in your favor and just carried it over into against Bound in the grand final. But did you change anything in terms of your play style, or just anything in particular against Bound compared to what you did in the finale 2 months ago?
I mean, I was hitting more shots. That's about it. I mean, you have to hit every shot or else you're going to lose. But, no, I didn't change too much. I just kept playing and trying not to scam my lives.
Yeah, I think you did it well. Harry, Jackie, I'll let you wrap up with a final question before we let StelluR go.
Honestly, just a super simple one, because it does kind of speak for itself, mate. But I wanted to ask, your commando, like, what, are you doing some illegal modifications to this in the back garage? Like, come on, how are you just so outrageous with a commando? What's going on there?
That gun just has to be, like, nerfed or taken out, honestly. Like, if you have the commando on the map, you pretty much just have, like, you do more damage per second than the other guy, so you have a huge advantage when you have that gun. So you just gotta like try to like make that your objective and get that.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a difference maker in so many battles, and not just yours, but throughout the entire bracket. But a pretty fantastic win, an unbelievable run, and an amazing set of games. StelluR, just want to say congrats once again, and can't wait to see you on a 4v4 stage again soon.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Thank you, man. Take care.
You too.
That does it for us, Tony. I had a fantastic time. 1v1, we were talking about it in between the interview. 1v1's when it's pro players only. I mean, sign me up. I had a blast today, especially that comeback game between Renegade and StelluR. Congratulations to StelluR as well.
Yeah, wise words from him, and like I said, I'm just really excited to get this going again. You know, I thank you so much, Xbox and Honda, for coming out and putting money on the line and really believing in Halo. You know, I love competitive Halo, whether it's 4v4, 1v1s, or 2v2s, and watching the pros go at it like this is absolutely insane. And $20,000, man, so much money across 4 total weeks is incredible, and every dollar is well deserved by each and every one of these competitors. I also want to thank the chat too. Chat's been absolutely on fire, literally all of the weeks along, even the finale. You guys have been absolutely phenomenal, and once again, big shout out to the competitors as well, from Titan to Cynox to obviously StelluR, Boo Boo Dubu, Sab, everybody that was involved. Thank you guys so much. It's been real. It really has been.
Yeah, so many players involved. I mean, guys, this was an open qualifiers. We had like 400 players signing up on average. I mean, the Halo community showed up for this event, and I'm just so glad that they did. Shout out to Xbox for letting us get a part of this, letting us do those Bravo stream and the qualifying stream. It's massive thanks to them. They crushed it over on the Alpha. You saw Bravo, Jackie, and Lethal over there doing their stuff. Those guys are great casters. Love to see them doing some Halo. And I think that's doing it for us, Tony. If you guys enjoyed the stream and you want to give some extra support, feel free, maybe Prime sub, whatever it is. We're having a good time. Show Xbox, show Honda that you want more of these. You know what I'm saying? Get active on the social medias. Do whatever you want, because we want more of these competitions happening. And honestly, just showing that you guys are engaging with everything, that you're really about what this competition was, goes such a long way, guys. We want to keep doing these sort of competitions, and that does it for us here. Any last words, Tony, before we wrap up this broadcast?
Yeah, go in, and I know you guys are probably hyped to play Halo. I'll see you in the ranked plays. I'm about to jump in right now, so I'm gonna see you guys right now. Let's flood the ranked playlist. Get ready for season 3, which is right around the corner. Bandit rifle, new maps, those beautiful skins and whatnot. Halo's moving in the right direction, and hopefully soon that's gonna be right to the moon.
Yeah, I'm super excited for our future. Season 3 looked lit. Let's get it going, guys. That does it for our Honda 1v1 Fan Cup. Congratulations for StelluR for winning the $6,000 lion's share of our $20,000 prize pool. This guy was a legend. The losers bracket run was insane to witness. That does it for us here at LVT Halo. The Bravo stream is done. Congratulations. We're out.